process that allows the sudden explosive force to happen. Our body is a bigger mass. The staff spear is a smaller mass. Momentum is your mass times your velocity. When I transfer my mass and velocity into this, as the mass of this decreases, then by nature, the velocity increases to conserve that momentum. It's that scientific principle that causes the tip to accelerate with a lot of power to generate the effect of the staff swing. Okay, hello, let's look at the first exercise you will practice with your staff or spear. The first essential thing is pole shaking. Let me demonstrate it real quick. You take it casually and you whip it. Okay, so that's the exercise. Your goal is to transfer your weight and momentum into the staff or spear smoothly. So how do you do that? You hold it, the rear hand will be palms down, the forehand will be palms up. Hold it at about the height of your waist. What you'll do is you're going to shift your weight forward smoothly. Let's just rock back and forth like this a few times. Okay, let your weight shift. Later you'll do it a little more structured, but for now just get used to rocking, which is the transferring of your weight back and forth. And then let your arms relax so that the rocking can transfer into that. Like you're rocking a baby, just a little more than normal, letting the momentum flow into your staff. And what you do is you let more and more of that momentum flow into the staff, and you flow it a little quicker. So you shift your weight a little more suddenly, put your weight to your front foot and let it go up. Yeah. And what happens is your shoulder and arms has to be properly relaxed. If my arm's rigid, then see that my momentum won't go into the staff properly. If my arm's tense, it won't go, right? But when my arm is loose, then it'll flow nicely like that. So speed it up, let more and more flow until you flow it more and more upwards. And you want to get into about 45 degrees over the horizontal like that, and then stop it, stop. So you flow it, stop, flow it, stop, flow it, stop. And when you do that with a certain amount of suddenness, then you'll get the proper pole shaking. Okay, so let's discuss some of the things that will refine this technique. When you shift your weight forward, plunge your weight into this foot, let this leg come to a stop. Because if this leg stops, then the momentum continues into your staff. If your leg doesn't stop, then you'll continue forward. It doesn't really go into your staff, it stays in your body. So you start and you stop your body, and then the staff carries over. So right now we're all going together. My body stops, the staff continues. My body stops, the staff continues, until the staff stops, and then we get the wave. So a lot of times people think what they're doing is they're forcefully using their muscles to yank the staff up all of a sudden. If you do that, it will not have that elasticness. Because what's special about these staffs is this white waxwood has a certain amount of elasticity, and our body has elasticity. Our elasticity transfers to that elasticity, our momentum transfers to that momentum, and it's that process that allows the sudden explosive force to happen like that. So you're going to start transferring, stopping, body becomes stable, and then the staff continues and completes that motion. It's really a relaxed, smooth action. Like when you throw a ball, if you throw a ball really well, it feels smooth. If you feel a lot of tension somewhere in your shoulder or your back, that's where you have a kink, that's you have too much tension, preventing the flow of momentum from your body. So our body is a bigger mass. The staff spear is a smaller mass. Momentum is your mass times your velocity. When I transfer my mass and velocity into this, as the mass of this decreases, then by nature, the velocity increases to conserve that momentum. It's that scientific principle that causes the tip to accelerate with a lot of power to generate the effect of the staff swing. Anyone of you watching have any questions right now that I could address?
The end part.
Yeah, I went to the end part.
I know you're not manually jerking it up, but are you lightly just going with the natural flow of the slight push and the slight pull, or not really?
Okay, so the question is, at the end part, she knows that it is a smooth motion. When I get to the end, and I'm not trying to jerk it up. So at the end, am I pulling up with the front hand and pushing down with the bottom hand? The answer is, I don't really know. I'm just relaxing and letting as much momentum flow into the staff, and I know that I'm going to stop it. So I don't really think about, if I think about pushing with this, see, it won't be the same thing. It won't be the same kind of effect. And if I think about jerking this, and if I do these two things together, see, that's not the same thing. It doesn't have the elasticness of that, right? So let me grab a prop and illustrate to you what's happening. All right, I got this handy dandy safety cone. Will demonstrate the elasticness. So if you just put your staff into the cone, you can use like a bag or something like that, or shoes. So here, if you jerk it like this, if I go like this, okay, that's one kind of look, one kind of effect. And what you want to have is not like that, but a smooth flow of momentum into it. So I kind of pick it up, like I'm digging, right? Kind of dig into the dirt. I'm going to shuffle that up, right? So when you have that properly, you can see, it's a very casual thing. It just goes right up. Does that make sense? No, one more time from this side. So it goes in, transfers forward and up like that. Very, very casually, okay? Lori, can I borrow you for a second? And we're talking about the qualitative effect. Stand on this side over here. And just hold your staff towards the camera person like that, just like that. Yeah, horizontal, waist height, yeah. So you're gonna go under and it pops up like that, like this. See? Just casually, the power comes out. Hold it again. If I jerk it, oops, lost my bracelet. If I jerk it, okay? If I go and jerk it, all of that's not the same effect as flowing and letting it go into that. How does it feel different to you?
It's more powerful and smooth in one motion versus just like abrupt hitting and then abruptly stopping.
Yeah, so you say it's more powerful and smooth when you let it flow and the momentum transfer versus the abrupt hitting where the power comes to a stop like that. So that's a good observation. So that's what we're really learning is how to transfer momentum into the staff or the spear and how to conserve your body without being tense, how to stay relaxed in that process so that as much of your body's power and mass can transfer into the staff. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, any questions? Any questions?
It just seems so easy with just letting it flow, like it's too easy.
Yeah, so she said, it just seems so easy to just let it flow like it's too easy, and that's correct. The temptation is that it's like, well, it's not gonna be powerful unless I add some oomph. But if you add some oomph, you get oomph, but oomph is not real power, not real jin. Does that make sense? Like your car. You could put on some fancy muffler and it'll sound more room. It may sound that way. Is your car any faster? Probably not, right? So the real power is really efficient, really smooth. And we say it's almost like it's like invisible. It just comes out. And you know, you see that in the animal world, cats, bears just go like this, boom, just really casually. But they could like knock down like, you know, they could knock an animal like 50 feet across the way. And cats just casually go like this, but they can jump 6 feet high and all these things. Real whole body power is very casual looking. Okay, all right, good question, good comment. All right, thanks for watching. See you next time. Enjoy your practice.